SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? You can get a grant to help. We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. It's easy. SaskTel has already given away tens of thousands of dollars. There have been lots of great ideas, including kids giving cookies to others, a group set up to welcome newcomers to their school, random acts of kindness, and so much more. The ideas and opportunities are endless. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Hello and welcome, Martensville Curling Club, mixed doubles. My name's Rory McCusker. I'm producing these games for you this weekend. Do I really know what I'm watching? Not really. There are two mixed doubles games in my life. It's just curling, right? Can't do that. Figure out. We've got Springer, Cotter. That always makes it easy. Springer gang, Cotter gang. But I'm not really used to it yet, so please forgive me as I hash it out. Second rock. Here's third rock at the end. Second for Team Springer. His first draw came up late. Nice little tap there. Give himself control at the front of the forefoot. With what's going on in the rings. This was a full sweep, but I think he meant to throw a guard. Springer with some work to do. Third rock at the end. Coming down the ice. Set up an angle on their existing stone in the top four. May have been a draw to the back four. Sure. Pardon me while I check audio levels. Everything's sounding okay. Hit and stick may lie 3 at the end of this for the Cotters. Don't know if it's line 3, but no obvious way into that 4-foot. Jaelyn Drew. to have been on mute for at least 3 or 4 shots. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. Nice hit and roll, Jim Cotter there. Kept his weight down, made sure he stuck around in the rings, and that he did. Nestled into the back four. Lying 2 with hammer. Springer team will have 1 chance to answer. Jill setting up for her final stone of this first end. And it's an important one. Right now there's open draw for 3 on both turns. Not wide open, but an available draw for 3. Both turns. Wait for this to curl. Looks just a little heavy as well. That's a tough shot. Not a lot of room to get to. Line looked like it would have been okay. He's just trying to grab a piece of the button. Very difficult. You can see Jim is indicating you might have both sides to draw to here. As long as you get on the nose, I think we get 3. That's my translation anyway. This will be the last rock, first end. It's a draw for 3. Jaelyn Cotter. Curl looks good. Try to get the inside of nose, they get it. Nice shot, good indication by Jim saying, hey, you have this intern if you want it. They took it, and that's 3 points on the board. Team Cotter to open things up here in Martensville.
I've been raised on the farm since day one, so I was born into it. My grandfather came in here in 1905. I want to continue the farm for him and generations to come. So
I think it's a privilege that we get to be here. It's just a wonderful way of life.
You know, what job is there that you can go to work with your dad and brother, with your kids by your side? Doesn't get much better than that.
We are back. That commercial. Such good audio track. It's like a movie soundtrack. The heavy orchestra. Nutrient Ag, thank you for supporting local curling. all of our sponsors bringing these live YouTube games straight to your phone, tablet, computer, smart TV. Really appreciate them. So here we go. Score 3 in the first end is Springer's Hammer. I love it when they both have the same last name. Just apostrophe S. Touch heavy. Chips off to the back four.
Perfect way to just overthrow.
Even if I knows and just sit there and set up.
And updated there. There we go. A couple new tools getting used to. It is going to make things a lot smoother, but like anything, just got to form those habits. I got new buttons, new tabs open, new places I'm updating the scoreboard. All part of the progress that is Curling Stadium Live.
Only wait. Only wait.
Jim will try to put one in the top four.
Make it curl, make it curl. Go, 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 go. Hard, hard, hard. Get better, get better.
Everyone missing a little heavy. 3 in a row. Missing just 4 or 5 feet heavy. Just missed Drew kicking the wrong rock over it. That is something that I've very much noticed about mixed doubles. Less people on the ice, less front end players to focus on this type of thing. They often grab the wrong rock. They often forget how many rocks are left or whose shot it is. It seems to happen all the time. So for anyone who's trying to tell me that three-person curling is better, or it's better to play with 3, I don't know, guys. I think there's a lot of just game tracking elements that you're missing by eliminating a player off the ice, and we see it in mixed doubles all the time. They forget how many rocks are left, or who's throwing, or what color of rock they're supposed to be throwing. Just my thoughts. Stone number 3 for Team Cotter. Cotter gang. It looks like it's got good weight. Just wait for it to move. There's some inside positioning. Starting to catch on. Took a little while for both teams. Learn this in-turn draw path. Missing a little heavy, missing a little outside. I was going to say not using their sweepers, but I guess it's not using yourself. Just a reminder that you can watch all 4 games on the ice. Curling Stadium Live technology. This will be the only produced game. We have my lovely voice and camera operation, but also on the ice, the Williams-Straub team from Nashville, Tennessee, taking on Dong Ma from Beijing, China. Got Jones and McCush from Saskatchewan, taking on Inglot and Schneider from Regina. And to round things out, Yachu and Raymond. Promise you I'm saying that name wrong. Versus Barber and Height. Yakyao and Raymond from Saskatoon, Barber and Height playing out of Robert, Saskatchewan. So, lots of Sasky teams on the ice, and then our feature game. Jill and Drew Springer.
But I don't even want to keep my shooter. That's what
And on Jaelyn and Jim. This is Jim's final stone coming down the ice. Oh, just gonna rub that guard.
I guess Bob should get it. Bob should get it out far enough. I just can't really throw it.
I think he threw the wrong color. Oh no, it's the wrong team. 2 Blue Jackets screwing me up. That was Drew's second stone coming down the ice. A good opportunity to lock one in on the outturn side. It was a wide open path. He does leave that thing open and light. Just a little tick off the center guard. I bet he would have been a little light regardless. Interesting, that outturn side still open. That's where Team Cotter could throw their next rock, but they're choosing to tap forward their existing stone. This is further out than any other stone so far. Here it comes. Good movement at the end. Gets his little tap, leaves it on the top of the button. Then he just rolled his shooter a little further out than he wanted. That's going to leave the return on the intern side open for Drew. But I would say successful shot. Blue is lying 2. No real obvious way to get rid of that blue rock besides this thin double. See Jill and Drew lining this up. I think it's worth it. You probably move 3 blue stones if you make it right. Tough shot, but a really nice reward if you make it. This is a big one. Most important shot of the game, perhaps, so far. Two rocks remaining for Team Springer. Springer gang. Thin. It's close. 1-2. Moves 3. I think they're shot 3 at the end of all that. Great rock. It was just that little bit extra that Jim Cotter's shooter rolled off, left that shot open. I think if Jim's curls a little more, that shot is not there. So, left the door open a crack, and Drew blows it wide open. Nice triple takeout, we're going to call it. Removes all the blue stones from the scoring area. And, jeez, they shot 3? Might end up being important. Tough to tell with that frozen scenario. Might be shot 3. We'll leave it at that. Double takeout opportunity. Jaelyn's got a chance to maybe lie 2. This will be the last rock for Team Cotter. One gets 2. Gotta keep rolling. And it does. Nice shot. Jaelyn eliminates the big danger. Now it'll be a shot for maybe 2 at most. Nothing really to do about it. Springers aren't really able to move that blue stone anywhere. I mean, maybe if it makes contact, it might pull the blue stone just a little further away from the forefoot. It's likely going to make contact regardless. I think you just play it for 1 and try to get it as inside as possible. Score a 2 here to bring the game within 1 point after the second end would be quite a big difference, rather than being forced to 1, down 2 without hammer after that second end. So I imagine they'll do everything they can to get the inside of this stone and give themselves at least a chance for 2. Maybe Drew has assessed from above. I saw him kind of peering over and decided, no, we are not second shot. Either way, last rock, second end. Jill Springer, a shot to score. Maybe 1, maybe 2. We'll see. Looks like they're just going for 1. Oh, and it spins up. Very unfortunate. I think blue spun up for shots. We're going to see that kind of Martensville logo makes it tough to see the edge of the forefoot. That's really unfortunate. Although I guess they should have accounted for that. Like that pocket was there. Once they knew that wasn't going to curl enough to punch it out the side of the rings to give themselves a shot for 2, maybe sweep should have been called on to jam it more directly on the back red. All hindsight, I guess. We will take a stick to it. Let's see if I can't give you some kind of... Alright, that looks like it moves. Undetermined amount. Thanks for moving your butt out of the way, Drew. Appreciate that. And I couldn't see anyway. They will point to blue. Tough bit of luck for Team Springer there. That will send Team Cotter into the lead. I can't get this updated for you. It will be 4-0 after the second end.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Welcome back. Tough bit of luck. I don't think the Stringers played a bad end there at all. Just got a little unlucky. On Jill's last shot, didn't throw it bad at all. Got basically on the nose. Just a tough spin up. On camera. Still figuring my life out here, folks. Bear with me. Nice shot, good bounce back there. Jill makes her first one. Tap back on the ever so slightly heavy draw from Jaelyn Cotter. Two categorically made shots from the ladies to start this end. Don't want to cut Drew's head off there. You deserve your head on your shoulders, Drew. Jim and Jaelyn will attempt to make a freeze, I would imagine. Geez, weight really came off that. Looked really good. And it still is really good. Kind of caught its break point a little sooner than they predicted. So it went from perfect to really, really good. I'm sure they're fine with that. Concession menu here in Martensville. I just heard the chef yell out, "Chili's ready." Can't wait. Can't wait to try. Nothing like some good rink food. Not always chicken fingers and burgers at the rink kitchen. I've actually seen quite a few tenures in some curling rinks across Saskatchewan. Sometimes you get Chinese food, sometimes the Kraut Wagon was in the Highland Curling Club last year. That was some German street food. Schnitzel and some pulled pork, all sorts of cool stuff. Got the Paddy Wagon in the Highland now. I'm not sure who's running this Martensville kitchen, but it smells and looks delicious. Can't wait to chow down. Two made shots. Things are heating up here. Teams are kind of getting the hang of things. Drew will spill off into the back 8. So 3 makes and a miss, I guess, is a little more clear.
I feel that's too much for me, but...
Geez, the mistakes are so amplified. Mixed doubles, there's not as many rocks to come down the ice. There's already a sort of set guard draw scenario, so you're only 1 miss away from really giving the advantage away to your opponent. Cotter. Team Cotter was the last team on the ice last night. Did get the morning draw off. Back at her here. 11:30 draw. 12:06 p.m. local time. Looking very similar to his first, just a little less weight. That's going to seal things off nicely. That protects both in-turn and out-turn tap backs. Not be a run back. If you're gonna try to clear things up, I think it'd be right now. But down 4, I understand they're lying 1. The temptation to lie 2 right now, just too great. Drew's second stone of the end. 3rd stone for Team Springer overall. It just never really finished. It looked really good. Didn't get that final snap. I guess it was just a touch heavy. Unforgiving.
Hey, don't worry about getting forget it.
Shade more ice here, but not too much more. This might be ice to come right in top button. Keeping the hammer down. I thought we might see a higher guard along the out-turn draw path, but with red line 1, it's all gas, no brakes. Yep. They're sweeping this to get right in. Just taking that extra bit of ice though. That's going to be a fine spot to leave it. Tough to say. I can't hear the teams. I don't want to make assumptions. Don't really know what the call was. I imagine with that ice though, if they're going to throw a pure guard, I feel like they would have taken more ice and that rock would have been a little further out. That seemed like they were trying to make it into the rings. Recognizing that it was finishing light, just kind of gave up on it. That's what I think. I could be totally wrong. Drew still thinks he's got enough room to lie 2. I think he's right. Playing against Drew a long time, since juniors and University of Regina days. Very consistent player who builds a new skill every year, seems to get better and better every single year. Oh, and with that, I realized that I've been calling him by his brother's name the entire time. That is Garret Springer. How embarrassing. Sorry, bud. Quit playing with your brother your whole life, and I won't screw up which one you are. Garrett's brother Drew, of course, playing with him on the men's circuit. Mama and Papa Springer, I'm sorry. I apologize. And there's the shot both teams have been trying to make for the last 5 minutes. Jim finally gets it in there. Oh, still can't shake that mistake. Garret. Called you Drew upwards of 20 times. My mistake, that was Jaelyn that got that out turn draw finally to that right spot. Slow Saturday morning. I gotta get another coffee in me or something. Last rock, then it'll be. And end number 3. A draw to the mystery side. For 2. No one's really came down here. Last time we saw a rock down here was Jaelyn's last shot for 3 points in the first end. Pretty cold path. Can't blame Jill for not knowing it very well. It'll be light. It'll be a single point for Garret and Jill Springer. 4th end when we return.
For victims of domestic abuse, fleeing may mean leaving everything behind. There is hope. SaskTel provides brand new cell phones so that starting over is possible. Learn more at sasktel.com/fresh start.
We're for agriculture. For growers, doers, whatever it takers. We're for doing things with purpose. We're for the little guy with big guy dreams. We're for agriculture. We're for you. Nutrien Ag Solutions, leading the field.
Welcome back, Martensville Curling Club. We've got Springer, Cotter. Scoreboard not totally giving justice to how this game's been played. Both teams have missed quite a few draw paths here and there. An unlucky jam takes away a hit opportunity for 2, turns it into a steal of 1 in the 2nd end. 3rd end, pretty soundly, Team Cotter controlling the draw paths. No one could really make the out-turn draw. Finishing heavy, finishing light, finishing inside. So, not a super well-played third end.
You're probably top 12. I don't know, maybe you got out in the heavy
Cotter's
stuff.
keep control. Force the Springers to 1. And here we go, fourth end. Team Cotter with hammer, choosing not to use their power play. So Springers are forced to try to score a couple down the middle.
You're in the good stuff. Only wait. Actually, line's good. Yep.
They come with the speed.
Okay. Whoa, whoa. See, post, go. Yep. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. No, no, no.
I did spend the first 3 ends of this game calling Garret by his brother's name, Drew. So I know these boys are competitive. They play on the same men's team together. Guess what? To make it up to you, Garret, next time I do a Team Springer men's game, I will call you Garret, and I will call Drew Garrett's brother. Make sure no one gets more airtime than the other one. That's how I'll make it up to you, bud. Garret and Garrett's brother. One game and one game only. Another heavy draw. That's been the miss coming home. In the second end, we saw a lot of that as well. Big pocket to draw to. However, being up 3, leaving this a little light, nothing wrong with that. You just don't want to leave the Springer shot 2. He's going to take care of business. Puts that right on the lid. Maybe overcurled just a little bit. Corner frozen positioning might put the Springers in a good spot to eventually tap that back, leaving their rocks in the back of the rings in play. Scoring 1 is pretty necessary. Giving up more than 1, not really an option, but making sure that there's an opportunity to score multiple. You don't want to get rid of any of your reds in the back, just in case something happens.
So when we go for draws here, straighter, it's going to go that way further. That'll be good for me.
I say your draws are around that.
Okay.
You want less?
I think it's James. More. I'm back to curling for stars today, so.
Just light again too, eh? Or no? Brett.
Little tap, little roll. It's just going to end up a little heavy. Way more important was keeping your shooter on the face. Without team's getting a little tricked, especially the Springers are getting a little tricked, thinking that the shot's looking good, looking close, and then all of a sudden the sweeper just backs right off of it. So getting caught a little heavy, not super heavy, just a few feet. I think the ice is quicker than it was last night. I was hearing some hog-to-hog times around 13.5, 13.7, 13.8 last night. I haven't gotten a hog-to-hog yet, but it looks more like a 14.4, 14.5 today. So pretty big adjustment.
Gotta stop. There you go.
run this one, and if I miss that,
Jim's on this right away. You can hear Jaelyn giving that line call. A little panicked. Really want to make sure to keep this. Rolls off just a little too far, but that's a fine position to be in. That blue rock is going nowhere. And it's going to be pretty useful if Springers end up getting something in here on the intern side. Team Cotter will have that out-turn kind of tap or blast to clear things out. Not looking too much like a hardcore multiple score end for Team Cotter. Not that they particularly need that, just got to make sure that they score a point or more here. Drew, oh, didn't do it, almost did it. Garret Springers. Final stone, fourth hand. Tough to shake. Maybe I'll just switch them around. Maybe Drew's Garret from now on, Garrett's Drew. And I'm too deep. I just gotta stick with it forever. Again, how many times have we seen that? Garret close to his rock, sweeping it like it's close, and then at the hog line realizing, nope, this is heavy. I gotta back off. So still just having some trouble adjusting to the speed of the ice. In 1 second, telemarketer is calling me.
It's either that or you go right in.
It is scam season, people. Warn your grandparents. Lots of fake Canada Post, Canada Revenue Agency calls coming in. Also, Riders losing out of the playoff season. You can catch that one on TSN at 2:30 or 2 o'clock. But why watch what you already know is going to happen there when you have live curling? You have no idea what's going to happen here. This is way better entertainment, and it's free. There hasn't been a need to watch the Riders in October since 2019. Anyways, Jim Cotter's final stone. Not the final stone of the end, but it's Jim's last stone. Fourth end. Just a little nose tap. Garret coming a little heavy. Gonna leave this intern side open for the Cotters. If this is made, both turns will be choked off. Oh, he does check the guard. Only thing he couldn't do. Didn't want to miss inside there. Game on.
Make it good. Line's really good.
Is there a way to get second shot? You'd have to over curl. You'd have to curl right into the blue stone. I think you'd have to make contact with the red first. The back four. Wait. Just curling into that pocket. Make contact with the red first. Kind of come sideways into the blue. And I think you lie two with no clear way of getting rid of them. Almost a guaranteed steal if you can make that happen. I believe. There's the chance they've been waiting for. Jill is skating down. Get ready to throw this very important. Last shot of the end for Springers. The Springers. If they have different last names, how do I say their team name? Do I have to say both last names every time? That sounds cumbersome. Big shot here. In-turn, draw, tap, freeze. Jill's been pretty on this game. Just in that third inch to throw down a brand new path. I will forgive her for that. Oh, they're just gonna take their points. Nothing wrong with that. Jim with little chirp. Love that. I thought they might come right down into the button area, give it a little tap, try to lie to, but if you didn't think that you could lie to, there's no point. So, that'll be that. This will be the last rock of the fourth end. Looks like they're throwing this away. And that'll do it. Both teams satisfied with a single point for Team Springer. And we got a game. It's going to be 4-2. Cotter retaining hammer. Cotter's retaining hammer into the fifth. First rock into the back four. I'm starting to think they're doing that on purpose.
3/4 of a rock.
Making a freeze, that makes sense. With hammer once again is the Cotters. As you can hear, I'm trying all sorts of ways to announce the team names. The Cotters, Team Cotter, just straight up Cotters. None of it sounds right. I think I just got to get used to it. Little new to mixed doubles myself. I think there's a lot of people in a similar boat. It's the game's been around for many years, and lots of our teammates and friends and curlers we idolize have played mixed doubles, but you cannot deny that it seems to be harder for some to get into it, and I am one of them. I just don't think I've really paid much attention to the intricacies of the shot-for-shot trades and how the game works, but I'm excited to get more familiar with it this season as Curling Stadium Live streams more and more mixed doubles. These are the types of tournaments that come to town when your rink installs Curling Stadium. If your rink thinks it can handle more events, more sponsorship, more enrollment, if you are ready to expand as a curling rink, Curling Stadium Live is something that you should very much consider being part of that transition, part of that expansion, and scaling up is the way I should say it. Take the 4-sheet Martensville Curling Club, for example. Look at the amount of events this club hosts. High caliber events. That is thanks in part to having live streaming software installed at the club. Every year it just seems to get bigger and bigger. Teams from all over the world can say, top teams from all over the world can say, yeah, I go to Martensville every year. Jim's first stone. We've got a well-played end so far, as you can see from the overhead. 4 rocks in the 4-foot. All lined up, one after another. So I think we got an exciting end coming our way here in the 5th. It is a 2-point game. Wow, excuse me. 2-point game. Five rocks lined up, one after another. Might be in for a trademark Springer style run back. Nope, they see enough of the redstone in the top 4-foot to attempt an in-turn tap back. I like this call. I think Cotter's rock did not quite get there to cover this. Angles are lined up pretty good if you can jiggle things from right to left as we see it from the overhead. And that's what Drew is going to attempt to do. Big shot here for the Springers, trying to mount a comeback. Oh, I called him Drew again. Oh my goodness. Garret, I'm toasted. 3 strikes, you're out, bud. Someone's getting a beer paid for tonight. And his name is not Drew Springer.
What's ideal? What are angles looking like?
I'll leave it right on top. I think that's fine. I did see Garret signaling at the redstone in the top 4-foot. And I figured that's what they were playing. But it may have just been throwing another rock on top. Forced one in the 5th end's a pretty good scenario for Springers. Now we'll get some weight, finally. Will not make contact. It was outside, right out of his hand. Hard curl was the call from Jaelyn right away. So now, I mean, it feels like Garret kind of made his move by leaving this last one light. Like if that previous stone would have been lined up on the red stone in the top of the 4 foot, then they would have a pretty serious chance of making something move and lying a few. Right now, things are pretty locked away. On the intern side especially, I'm not sure how much favor you're going to earn yourself. Only 2 rocks left to come. It's going to take 2 rocks in order to move that blue off the button at this point. So they might be better off, yeah, taking away the outturn. I think a decision was made on the previous shot that, you know, we're going for a force here. So now, even though they get a pure miss from Jim Cotter, there's no way in. So I think this is ice for a outturn guard. Nothing wrong with that. They're still gonna, they're that much closer to achieving their goal, but did kind of limit their options, leaving that last one a short way that they did. Easy clean for Garret. Gonna do the trick. Kind of a weird spot. I mean, both teams are sort of locked in. There's not a lot of moves that Team Cotter can make that isn't going to open things up to have the Springers answer. And similarly, Springers, you know, they've thrown a guard, they've thrown that light draw previous. They've kind of locked things away. Both teams are sort of set with what's happening here. Maybe just trying to catch an outside piece of the button here. Maybe trying to line up blue, blue, red. I'm not sure what's going on here. Way further outside than any other stone that's been thrown, so this seems to be catching some new pebble. They're gonna leave it high. Nothing wrong with that. So last shot of Springer's last shot of what seems to be a pretty dead end at this point. You made too many shots too quick, you guys. Didn't leave each other anything. Kind of crazy to have all 4 of the last rocks of an end be kind of wasted. Things got locked away pretty quick, and both teams kind of satisfied with carrying that through. Guards on guards on guards. So that'll be it. They're likely chucking this away. I don't think you get hurt yourself by maybe trying to in-turn draw all the way to the button, but with no broom down, Jaelyn's gonna get in the hack, deliver her last stone of the 5th end. And it looks like they're throwing this away. Huh. Kind of crazy the way that all happened. Maybe it's common, mixed doubles. I don't know. Maybe the male player of this team is actually named Garret. Who knows? These are life's mysteries. Fifth end is in the books. It's a 1 point for the Cotters. They'll carry a 3-point lead without hammer into the sixth.
I've been raised on the farm since day one, so I was born into it. My grandfather came in here in 1905. I want to continue the farm for him and generations to come. So
I think it's a privilege that we get to be here. It's just a wonderful way of life.
You know, what job is there that you can go to work with your dad and brother, with your kids by your side? Doesn't get much better than that.
Welcome back. I see we got a few more viewers. Something must have just ended at the Saville Center. This is mixed doubles in Martensville. We've got Jim, Jason Cotter. We've got Garret and Jill Springer. I guess the convention is to say the female's name first. But for those of you who have been with me for a few ends now, you'll know that names. That is not my first screw up this broadcast. We'll put it that way. First draw is a beauty. Perfect freeze. Take a look at it there. I think red is still shot rock. Oh, let's get that scoreboard updated because that is not correct. There was a score of 1 for the Cotters in the 5th end. There's now the 6th end. Springers will have hammer. Big sweep, trying to get a corner freeze tap. Gonna do them a lot of good. Ooh, Jill's getting excited, must be close. It is close. Can't quite hold the line. That's still a fine shot. Perfect would have been a little inside. Thinking red's still shot at this point. For those of you just joining us, my name is Rory McCusker. I am producing these streams out of Martensville, operating cameras, scoreboard, commentating. We do it all here at Curling Stadium Live. Also, we can keep costs low. We can keep the product as direct and simple as possible. Also, you can enjoy free live curling nearly every weekend of the curling season. How wild is that? Welcome to the future, people. Free curling all weekend long. If you needed any more reason to cut your cable cord, free live curling, and the rider's almost guaranteed to miss playoffs. Should be 2 pretty good reasons to make that happen. Who needs more than YouTube? Some more made shots. Teams are turning it up. First 3 ends, quite a few missed draws. Teams are missing heavy. Teams are missing outside. Teams are missing their sweeps. But now, 5 and 6, we've had a long string of made shots in a row. I believe it is peeling time if they so choose. Not sure why you would. angles are not so good for red right now. I think if you hit that top blue in the rings, both reds go. So something's got to happen. With a little bit of weight, I think if you nose tap that blue, you might be able to create a really juicy angle. You'd save that middle red. We will have to see what Drew does here. Garret! My goodness. For our new viewers to this stream, that hasn't happened yet. I have not called Garret by his brother's name. I've said it once back to the stream. It hasn't happened. Needs some weight in order to make the tap. He's gonna get it there. Not quite enough to unlock the stones, so doesn't get the angle, doesn't get the movement that they're looking for. I think 2 or 3 red stones are gonna fly here, and as we know, Jim Cotter can throw the rock hard. Not sure he'll even need to, but I think things are about to go pop here.
I took about 2 feet more.
Big shot coming up. Let's go split screen for this one. Not a lot of weight, and the out turn, not what I thought was coming down the ice. Pretty good. That corner guard sort of area is quite locked away now, but I thought he'd throw more. 2 reds leave the rings. The only remaining red, I think, is actually shot rock, which confuses me a little bit. Not shot rock at all. That blue in the top 8 is shot rock. Okay. Things looking real good for Cotters. Three shots left for Team Springer. Lots of time to make something happen. Nothing down the middle, so control still belongs to the Springers. Looks like a straight draw around cover. Why not? Just try to bury something. That'll get mostly buried. That's a fine shot. Had a little bit more room to play with, but that does the trick. And with that, I don't think they have any real hopes of counting the Springers a rock on the tee line there on the side of the house. Don't see how you move the blue stone, the blue second shot stone right now. So, trying to score 3 on their own. They'll need a miss or two from the Cotters to make that happen. Really involved sweep call from Jaelyn. Makes it perfect. Nice line call, Jaelyn Cotter. Keeping her father honest.
Up there is fine. You got a lot of options.
Team shot there, I guess we could call that. But a nice rock to freeze too. Garrett's gonna have a chance to put one right on the tee line. Give themselves a good chance at scoring two. Not that much more. Not that much more ice than Jim took for his tap back. Very interesting. Garrett's been struggling a bit with throwing them heavy so far today, and this looks like another example of that. Yeah, he thought it was close the whole way, and then at the end kind of realized it's heavy. We've seen that a lot today from Garret. As if I'm not being hard enough on you, Garret, calling your brother's name all game. Now I got to tell you that you've been heavy all game. Well, sorry. Definitely quicker ice at noon today than it was at 9:30 p.m. last night. Temperatures still fluctuating in Saskatchewan here. This is the time of year where winter gets ready to pounce. Weather report suggests early next week. Big blizzard hitting Saskatchewan. It always seems to come with a bang. It's never a gradual leading in. So that makes it tough to maintain ice temperatures when the weather outside is so unpredictable. I think it's about 8 or 9 degrees Celsius right now. Jaelyn Cotter throws the final stone for Team Cotter this end. It will be a hit. Looks really nice. Nice throw, Jaelyn. It'll be 3 Cotter stones in the rings, forcing Team Springer to a shot for 1 point. Well played end by the Cotters. Not one mistake, I do believe. So, edge to edge, hit and stick. Luckily this time there's no chance for a jam ruining the opportunity, like there was in the second end for Jill. Jill's had a pretty solid game. Not a lot to show on the scoreboard for it, but throwing quite well. is the last rock, 6th end. Springers need a point real bad. Power play has been used at this end. It is a chip. It is a roll. And that will be 3 points at least on the board for the Cotter gang. Springers weigh their options. Looks like they're going to keep playing. It will be 8-2 for Team Cotter going into the 7th end when we return.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Welcome back, 7th end. Cotters have blown this one open. 8-2 lead. Jaelyn Cotter kicks things off with a freeze to the rock in the back 4. That's been the call all game. At first I was calling it a bit heavy before I clued in. That's what they're trying to do. That is a little heavy. It'll chip and roll off. Most of the game has taken place on this half of the ice. This outturn going away. Path's pretty well established at this point. And that is a darn near perfect result. Just, I guess, pokes out the other side a little bit, but pretty darn good. So, unless Jill and Drew can... Jill and Garret. It's just non-stop. Unless they can pull this one out, it's going to be an 0-3 record they will carry into their final round-robin game against the La Montaignes. Shelby and Grady out of Moose Jaw. That's another heavy draw from Garret. It's been the story of the game for him. That'll be at 8:30 p.m. assuming the Cotters can pull this one out. That'll be a 2-1 record they'll carry into their final game at 5:30. It'll be against Japan's Kawana Aoki. Kawana and Aoki, I should say. And we're seeing some weight for the first time this game. Moves 3 red stones, eliminates 2, establishes firm control. Over the forefoot, there's a way in on this outturn side. Garret pounces in the hack, knows that they're a few shots away from this game being over. We'll try to make a few here in the 7th to force an 8th end. I'm thinking they'll need 2 points at least to have a realistic shot at getting there. There's the weight adjustment for Garret. Throws really nice weight. Sweeps it to the top of the button. A slight rub, but that's a good shot. I think it's enough for shot rock. Team Cotter playing the scoreboard. They want nothing to do with that forefoot area. Not going to play anything soft. They're going to take the obvious stone in the back of the rings. Just avoid a big multi-score end. Opening the door to give up 2, maybe even 3, but they know they're not going to give away 4 if they make this shot. So that's what the scoreboard dictates. That's what Jim Cotter's going to do. That's an easy rip. So, opportunity time. They will come the in-turn side, the Springers will, knowing they have control on the out-turn side. Garret. Not wanting anything to do with that out of his hand. Will now carve it over. Doesn't quite get the inside positioning they were hoping for. Creates multiple frozen angles on the blues. Not ideal. Last rock of the end. Jaelyn Cotter trying to make 1 red go away. And while she's at it, roll into the button area. Getting a lot of movement. They seemed a little surprised by that. That's going to work out just fine. I don't see a shot for, oh, maybe if that curls enough, maybe that might score 2. Be tough to hang on to the shooter on the side of the forefoot, but I think they have to try. Nice game from the Cotters that it really turned it on. 4th, 5th, 6th end, 7th end here as well, no exception. Both teams kind of struggling with draw weight in 2 and 3. And 4, teams got it together, but kind of a frozen mess. And 5, not a missed shot. Both teams kind of content giving that steal away. And then, of course, in 6, we saw Team Cotter blow it open with score 3. Prompts this. This will be the last shot of the 7th end, perhaps the game. Jaelyn Garret Springer going for 2 points. Really tough intern tap back. Try to hang that shooter onto the forefoot. Last rock. Got to curl a little bit. It's pretty close. Gets the tap. Just rolls a little too far off. I think that's a score of 1 for red. That's what it looks like. It'll be handshakes regardless. Strong finish for the Team Cotter. Jaelyn Jim Cotter improved to a 2-and-run record. That'll be an 0-and-3 record for Jaelyn Garret Springer. Thanks for joining me this afternoon, folks. Next draw starts up at 2:30 p.m. Saskatchewan time. We will see you then.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.